Welcome to week 2 of session 1. We're going to go over some of the new things that are happening this week. And there's a fundamental change to my process, which I think is going to be very helpful. The slides that you see on screen every day when you come in are now going to be published in Schoology. Here's why. I will be gone for 4 days, starting not this week, but next week. I'll be gone for 3 days and then the following Monday. Well, I want you to know what you need to be doing, and so I'm going to show you ahead of time what's happening there. So the daily slideshow is just to calibrate you when you walk in the room so that wherever you're coming from, you leave that behind. We stand up, we look at our Trello board, we figure out what we're doing, and work on today's production material. So we're training on that. So that's a routine, a ritual that we want established. So if I'm not there, your team still does that. So we're still in what we call boot camp, which is training on the process of the class. We are now migrating more into content, which we'll work more on this week. And of course, next week, you'll be working on your production project. And so let's get to it. So first off, the slideshow is here. So you could always look at this. And obviously, it's pretty straightforward. So I start off, I have film class. In fact, let's go all the way through here. So just a reminder, we always stand up, open up our Trello board, which we haven't started yet, but you'll see that on Wednesday. And you can see this is this week. So we're finishing these materials each day. So there's an activity each day to still kind of learn about the hardware and software of the class. Then next week in film, we will be doing these things. And you can see here that I will be gone on these days. So the goal is to get you set up and feeling comfortable to work in your teams on the material you need to do for each day. For game design, you can see the material that we're going through here. And then the following week, you'll be working on your game once we complete our training. And in rock, I just clicked too far. Equipment and hygiene routine, like how to work with our stuff, take care of ourselves and our equipment. And then we'll do some other exercises this week to train, to get ready to do the production next week. I call rock stations the drum set, computer, interface box setup in the various rooms that teams will use to record and play together. So I call them rock station. I thought that was kind of a fun name. And then students know that my daily process, blah, 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 blah. That's what I do. Anyway, so this is here. You'll see this each day on screen to kind of help get us started. Back to Schoology. Another thing is this week, you're going to notice that as we move through the files, the assignments are up here, and that's true as always. Down the screen here, this is the template for Session 1's blog production. You will copy and paste this complete document into your blog, and you'll notice that it has instructions on what to do. The most important thing, I keep going. There we go. The instructions tell you what to do. You just have to read them. If you need help, here's a video on how to use the blog. And copy and paste, title your blog post this, leave only the uppercase headings. So throughout the document, you're going to see all uppercase. Leave that stuff, okay? All the instructions in between the headings, you're going to read, then delete, and do what it asks you to do. I have 3 example blog posts, one for each class. So if you get stuck, you're not sure, take a look at those. They're really well done, and they help kind of guide you through the process. But again, the directions we have here, I will work with you on Friday this week. We will be making this blog post, and we will be completing the pre-production section, which will include the summary, which we were going to do last week, but I skipped it because we were focusing on other things. So you'll put your role, you'll copy and paste your SMART goal from the project tracking sheet, and you'll notice it tells you to do all this right here. And then we will finish this material on Friday, and I'll explain what that is. Again, this comes from the project tracking sheet. So does this. And we'll show you how to work all that stuff to get it ready. In your teams, you'll finish a timeline of what you think you can accomplish. And we'll talk about the budget piece. So all that on Friday. Okay, let's go back here. And I'll stop here. Reminder if you're not in class to make sure you're checking the material here. Also look in the grade book of Schoology. There are comments there for people who have missed things. Last week we did a lot of project tracking sheet updating, and that, again, the project tracking sheet is there to guide you on what needs to get accomplished. We'll continue doing that through the whole year to, again, if it's yellow on screen, that means that it needs to get completed. And that's just to focus you when you get into class. And last thing I'll say is a reminder that quality comes from process. If you want quality product, you have to focus on the steps that get you to the final product. We spend time on process in our class. We take a close look at all the things we do and how to make those better every session. And a session is running the class. So we run the class 5 times, and in between sessions, we stop the class to take a look at what worked, what didn't work, and how to get better at our individual efforts, the class process, my process, etc. So there you have it. Have a good day.